Hello guys, welcome back to another video. I still cannot find my microphone. I know it's in this house somewhere. I just have to look thoroughly, but yeah, I don't know where it is. So I hope you guys can hear me. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a video about Spain's visa for digital nomads. Well, there has been some updates, and I said I would get back to you when I learned something new. Even though the visa was supposed to be ready in September, it's still not ready, but there have been some changes. So if you are looking to get this visa, stick around. All right, so I had to write some notes, okay? So if you see me looking down, I'm reading my notes because there's a few things on here that I want to talk about. So the visa is still being finalized. There are other countries in the European Union that also has visas for digital nomads, like Italy, I think Portugal and Croatia, and there's a few other ones. So, yeah, this visa. So the first thing I want to bring up again, and I said this in my last video, this hasn't changed. This visa is for people that don't don't live, I'm sorry, are not from countries that are in the European Union. So if you are from Italy, France, Belgium, whatever, these countries, you cannot get this visa. It's only for people outside of the European Union. So Canada, Mexico, all of Latin America, Africa, the United States, China, you get me. So another thing that hasn't changed is that the company that you work for cannot be a Spanish company. It can be anything else except Spanish. If you are a freelancer, then your customers cannot be from Spain. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. If you do happen to work for a Spanish company, but you work for another company, most of your income has to come from that other company. Now, here are some things that are new, just recently added, okay? Okay, you have to show that you have been working remotely for at least 1 year, okay? There's no specific way to do this. They didn't give any guidelines yet on how this is done, so maybe they're still looking it up. I don't know if they want to see tax records. I don't know if they want to see contracts, things like that. I have no idea, but it has to be at least 1 year. Another thing that's new as of right now, okay, so you have to make at least 2,000 euros a month in order to qualify. So right now, I think the dollar is a little bit stronger. The US dollar is a little bit stronger than the euro, but it fluctuates like this. It's almost even, but the euro being slightly weaker because of the economy. But yes, you have to make at least 2,000 euros. It doesn't matter what your currency is, it just has to be, when it's converted, it has to be 2,000 euros a month. Speaking of taxes, so you will get a tax break. So usually, like, people that come on visas to work, they have to pay like 24% tax, but for people with the digital nomad visa, it would be like 15% while you have this visa. So speaking of the length of time, so you apply for 1 year, and after that 1 year, you can renew it for another 4 years. And then, of course, once you've been in Spain legally for 5 years, you can apply to be a permanent resident, and you will no longer have to worry about any restrictions because you would be a resident of Spain. And yeah, you can work for any company, do whatever you want because that visa will no longer be applicable to you. Okay, the next thing I want to mention are relatives. Okay, so with this visa, you can bring your family. It has to be close relatives, so your parents, your children, or anyone that is dependent on you. Okay, so it cannot be your siblings, your nieces, nephews, third cousins, or whatever. Unless you're their guardian, then that's different. You can bring them along with you. Now, as far as if, let's say, for example, you bring your parents, I don't know if they can work. I don't know how that would work. If you stayed for 5 years and you wanted to be a permanent resident, I don't know how that would affect them. There's no information available yet, so we'll see what happens. All right, so that's all the updates that I have for you. Yeah, I'll keep looking out for any new information. They said right now it's being finalized, but I have to be honest with you, Spain, the bureaucracy is very slow. I actually did a video about that like a long time ago. It's very, very slow. So yeah, it's being finalized. But once it's available, I will give you another update. All right? Okay, having said all that, if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to let me know. And I will see you in my next video. Hasta luego. Ciao.